it being 6:33 and we have a quorum, Paul Caleri will be a voting member as associate. This is the June 17th planning board meeting. So I'd like to take a roll call. Clark Brewer here. Paul Grady.
Here.
Amy Glassmeyer.
Amy Glassmeyer here.
Paul Caleri.
Paul Caleri here.
Great. Okay, first item on our agenda is a public hearing. As you know, we're going to open the public hearing and then we're going to continue. So I believe we need Amy to read the
Clark, can you please turn
public
off your
hearing
video?
notice.
Clark, we can't hear you, so can you turn off your video? Now we
He
can.
might have shut it down altogether.
Yeah, leave your video, leave your voice on, but turn your video off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
My video on. Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the host has stopped my video. You can hear me. Amy, will you be so kind as to read the public hearing notice?
Yes, just a second here. I'm going to switch to the notice itself. It'll take me a minute because I thought it would, the way it comes out on my screen is only partial. So let's see, who's controlling the screen?
I am Amy.
Okay, Jen, when I get down to saying any person, could you please, okay, is that the content?
Yes.
Great, thank you very much. Pursuant to MGL Chapter 40A and 300-12-4, 300-12-6 and 300-22 of the Cohasset zoning bylaws, the planning board will hold a public hearing virtually via Zoom webinar. Meeting ID for attendee access is 810-5739-8353, password 588484, on Wednesday, June 17th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. on the application of the CHI Elm Street Realty LLC for a Harbor Village Business Overlay District Special Permit and Site Plan Review Approval. The subject properties are shown on Cohasset Assessor's Map F530-021, paren 124 Elm Street, paren, and F5-27-004, paren 87 Elm Street, paren, period. This is currently a two-story inn on the site of 124 Elm Street and a two-story mixed-use structure on the site of 87 Elm Street. The existing structures will be raised or removed. The application proposes to construct a new mixed-use development consisting of 3 structures encompassing 29 multifamily residential units and multiple commercial spaces, as well as public waterfront park and an unobstructed view corridor of Cohasset Harbor down Elm Street. A copy of the application, plans, and accompanying documents are on file in the town clerk's office at Cohasset Town Hall, 41 Highland Avenue, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Due to temporary restrictions on public access to Town Hall, application and plans will be made available electronically and by request. Please visit the Town of Cohasset website for application material at www.cohassetma.org or contact the Planning Board Office for further assistance. Email LLIND@cohassetma.org. phone number 781-383-4100-5127. Let me repeat the email, capital L, @Cohasset, capital M, .org. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on the application should submit written comments to the Planning Board office or attend the virtual hearing at the time designated. Signed, Clark Brewer, Chairman, Planning Board.
Thank you, Amy. So I see on our agenda, we're going to continue this to July 8th. Is that going to be at 6:30?
That will be at 7.
7 o'clock. Okay. Can I get a motion
I
to
have a
continue the public hearing to 6:30?
question, Clark.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why the continuance, if I could ask?
There's several reasons. One is we have an election coming up in a week or so. And Brian Fraser has not been coming, so we hope to have a full board for July 8th. The second reason is we do not have a peer reviewer yet. That is, my understanding is that is almost resolved. And the third reason is we hope to have a social distancing meeting of the planning board and the applicant team in a meeting room instead of on Zoom, with public participation through Zoom. Do you have any questions about those?
No, I thought it was something else entirely. Thanks for the clarification.
I have a question about that, Clark.
Yes, Amy.
Could you please tell us a bit about the qualifications that were designed to comport with our peer reviewer? Can you walk us through what the qualifications were for that position?
I don't have any information. I know that there was an RFQ that was sent out, but it was our qualifications were requested from several competent engineering firms that the town's engineers and staff are familiar with.
Okay, so then I would request, if it's possible, for Lauren to distribute to us the RFQs and the qualifications, expectations for the peer reviewers.
I'm sure she can send that out to planning board members. Any problem with that, Lauren?
I can certainly send that out to planning board members. The RFQ was crafted with members of our permitting, engineering, and procurement staff, and it was sent out. We have received a series of responses already, and the window closes tomorrow, so we will be in receipt of all by tomorrow. And I'd be happy to send that out to you and keep you informed as this goes on. We do plan to have our peer reviewer on before July 8th.
I would like to make just one more comment, which is that the project is inclusive of more than engineering and site design. And so I'd just like to see that noted in, as you finalize who you choose for the review, that it is a multi-service, multi-topic organization that's going to be able to address the myriad issues that we will inevitably raise in the process.
Yes, thank you. We did, in addition to engineering services, we did also include a request for planning.
Lauren can follow up on that. Can I get a motion to continue the hearing to July 8th, 2020 at 7 p.m.?
I'll make a motion to continue the hearing until July 8th, 2020.
At 7 p.m., yes. And a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, so a motion from Amy Glassmeyer, seconded by Paul Grady. All in favor? Clark Brewer says aye. Paul Grady?
Aye.
Paul Caleri?
Paul Caleri, aye.
Amy Glassmeyer, aye.
Thank you. That concludes the items on our agenda. Do we have any other planning board member comments? Okay, then we'll reconvene. Our next meeting is July 8th, and we will likely get further instructions from Jen on how that's going to be organized. Jen, I'm sorry, Lauren, do you have any closing comments for us today?
Yes, I just wanted to state, Jen and I are working with our Cohasset 143 TV Association as well as IT staff to determine how we can proceed with a hybrid sort of meeting for our next meeting so that we can have planning board members at the very least in person. There are different protocols that need to be followed due to the emergency response and safety things. So we will be looking into that. We'll have more information as soon as available. And then in addition, just for our next meeting on July 8th, we are going to start at 6:30. We have other items on the agenda that need to be addressed before continuing this public hearing at 7. And I will be in touch for all members about access information for that meeting when it's available.
Great, Lauren. If there's nothing else, Amy, you have another comment?
Yeah, I just want to say that I really appreciate how hard the staff is working in light of the level of circumstances, and attended the town meeting last night, which was quite a remarkable experience. And it could only be done on the basis of excellent professional staff who kind of created a wonderland there of television and audio and visual, and it made it feel like we were trying as best we possibly could to do a bang up job in soliciting the public's interest in the governance of the town.
Yeah, I was also at the town meeting, and it obviously showed a lot of hard work on the part of a lot of people. So kudos to all the municipal staff and consultants and team. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Any public comments?
Sure. We're not taking.
I just didn't know because there was a whole bunch of people from the public here. I just didn't know if anyone had anything.
We haven't gotten into any content, so go ahead. Paul, Grady.
Does the public have anything to say before we adjourn?
About
anything?
what?
Just about anything. We have participants. They may have something to share before we close. I'm just not sure.
Well,
I'm in the Q&A now. They're asking where they are on the condo project, which would be 8 James Lane. Or what is that? Is that the right address, Lauren? Jean Patterson is asking where we are on the condo project.
that's
the
not
one-
an item on the agenda.
But these are different circumstances.
It doesn't matter. It still has the open meeting law, but I can say just as a staff member that we're waiting to hear when they're going to be, if they're going to request to be heard on the 8th.
Okay. So the status is they may submit something. They may ask to withdraw. We don't know.
I think that Jean may have meant
Is that
we
right,
weren't
Lauren?
here. I'm not sure what project Jean Patterson was here for. There's residential components in both the public hearing we continue tonight and 8 James Lane, 2 Pleasant Street. So I'm unsure as to which application that was referred to. The project for this evening for the site of Cohasset Harbor Inn is postponed until July 8th. It's been continued. 8 James Lane and 2 Pleasant Street is also, as of our last meeting, continued to July 8th. I did check in with that applicant today to see if there was any new information they had. I have not received any new information, and I'm not sure if they are going to continue to request a withdrawal or what their plan might be, but I will let the board know as soon as I've heard back.
Amy Glassmeyer.
Yeah, I'd just like to comment to our citizen that should it come to pass that you have further questions, it would be really helpful for us if they get forwarded to our town planners so that it can be brought into the process in a way that allows us to have a further discussion. So it's not that we're turning off discussion, it simply is that procedurally we have constraints that sort of limit what we can talk about if it isn't posted on our agenda.
Right, thank you, Amy. Can
Yes,
I get a
Oh, sorry.
motion to adjourn?
Before you motion, may I just add,
Yep.
yes, thank you, Amy. If anyone listening has any questions, the email you saw in the public hearing notice, L. Lind, that's me, I'm Lauren Lind. I have already been fielding questions where to find the application. I'm happy to answer any questions or take any comment that you might want to share with the board. And I have been receiving some emails this week that I will be compiling into the file and sharing with planning board members in advance of our next hearing. So please, if anyone else is listening, I can be reached at Lind, Lind @cohassetma.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion from Amy Glassmeyer, a second from, was that Paul
It was.
Cleary?
Yes, it was.
Okay, all in favor, Clark Brewer says aye. Paul Grady,
Aye.
Amy Glassmeyer,
Amy Glassmeyer, aye.
Paul Cleary.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you again on the 8th of July. Good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Right.